everyone, it's Rachel, and this video is going to be another random number generator challenge video. I always really enjoy filming these and you guys seem to enjoy watching them, so we're going to do another one today. If you haven't seen one of these videos before, basically I have a list of desserts and animals here, and I use the random number generator on Google to find a random number, and then I combine that animal and that dessert and turn it into some kind of a creation charm design using polymer clay. So we're going to get straight into it. I have the number generator in front of me here as well as my lists. So the first charm I'm going to be making is number 24, and I'm going to take this from the animal list. And animal 24 is a panda, which I haven't done before, so this will be exciting. And I'm going to be mixing the panda with number 28, which on the dessert list is a popsicle. So we have a panda and a popsicle as my first charm. Alright, jumping straight in, I was pretty happy with this combination purely because I felt that the design could be quite simple and it would really ease me into the video. Of course, a popsicle is quite simple to make with polymer clay, and then the panda is really just going to be a black and white design. So I started off with my white polymer clay and I shaped it into my popsicle before then trimming off the bottom part and adding on a little slither of vanilla colored clay, which is going to be the ice cream popping out of the bottom so that you can actually tell that it's a popsicle or a creamsicle, I guess. I used my needle tool to create two lines on both sides of the front and the back, and then I created a little indent in the bottom where I wanted to add in my popsicle stick. As you can see, it's really starting to take shape now, so that's pretty much it for the popsicle. Now all I need to do is add the panda features. So I created two flat teardrop shapes for the eyes using black clay, and I placed these on. I also did the same with the ears, and I trimmed off the bottom using a round cookie cutter so that it would sit really nicely on the popsicle. For the face, I created two indents where I wanted the eyes to be, and then I added in two balls of white clay. For the mouth and the nose in the center, I'm using black polymer clay, and then I also added some little pieces of pink clay on either side of the eyes for the cheeks. Looking back at it now, I really wish I added a piece of green clay for some bamboo, or even a little leaf somewhere on the design just to give it a pop of color. But anyway, I added my eye pin and I went ahead and baked it in my oven. And then here is what the finished thing looks like once it's been all baked and glazed. Again, it is quite a simple design, but it was really easy to combine this animal with this dessert. I do feel like it needs that little piece of green or something though, just to make it a bit more interesting. For my next charm, the animal I got was number 6, which is a dolphin on the list. And I'm going to be mixing the dolphin with number 11, which on the dessert list is a cupcake. So when I was planning out my designs, I did really struggle with this particular combination, trying to make the dolphin a cupcake shape, or I guess I could have gone with an actual cupcake inspired dolphin, but I ended up going with just a regular cupcake, which is dolphin inspired, I guess. So you can see here that I've got my cupcake base mold and I placed in some dark blue clay, and then here I'm working on the cake part, just adding some texture and some shading to make it look a little bit more realistic. For the frosting, it's going to kind of act as the ocean. So here I have some light blue clay, which actually matches my nails really well. I coated the clay with some cornstarch so that it wouldn't stick to the sides of my piping tip, and then I just pushed the clay through until I had enough. Before adding it to the top of my cupcake, I added a little cone, which kind of looks like a party hat, and this is going to make it much easier for me to shape the frosting into a nice peak and also give it some structure inside as well. So I just started at the bottom and continued wrapping my line of frosting all the way around until I got to the very top. I then used the end of one of my tools to create a little bit of an indent in that cone that I originally added, and this is where I'm going to be placing in the dolphin. Then here I'm actually using my liquid clay. This is Sculpey Bacon Bond, and I'm applying this around the base of my ocean frosting, and this is how I'm going to be attaching on some sand. This is just fake polymer clay sand that I made ages ago and I have in my collection. Then here I'm adding in the little dolphin that I made, which I did using a Fimo quartz clay so that it will have a really nice sparkly color to it once it has been baked. I then removed the whole cupcake from the base mold, and then after baking I decided that this charm needed a little bit more to it, so as I was glazing the ocean part, I added in some iridescent glitters to kind of resemble a glittery, sparkly ocean. So here is what the finished charm looks like. I quite like how simple it is, but how it also has the aspects of the ocean in it, and then of course the dolphin jumping out the top. Like I said at the beginning, I think there's lots of different ways that I could have gone about this animal dessert combination, but I am happy with this design. Moving on to the final charm. For the animal, we have number 17, which is a leopard. I have done a leopard before, I actually did it in my last number generator video, but we'll see what dessert we're going to mix it with. So I got number 16, which on the dessert list is a frozen yogurt. So I need to combine a leopard and a frozen yogurt. Rightio, so here I am moving on to the final charm for this video. For the base of my frozen yogurt, I have gone with this nice bright purple to really contrast against the colors of the leopard. I shaped this clay into the cup shape, and then I added an indent in the top. I then moved on to the leopard, so here I'm blending on some ears and working on the face. I mean, I thought I was working on the face, but I'm actually adding the leopard inside of the frozen yogurt, and then it seems that I went back to the face. For this one, I added a little tongue poking out, which I thought looked really cute, almost like he is ready to eat the frozen yogurt inside the bowl. For the leopard's other features, I added some paws sticking out of the front, and then here I'm rolling a piece of clay, which I'm going to be adding at the back of the design for the tail. Now for the actual frozen yogurt part, I'm going to be doing the same method as I did on the cupcake. So here I have some white polymer clay this time, and I'm coating it in cornstarch before then pushing it through my piping tip until I have enough. I actually rolled it into a coil off camera, and then I just added it straight on top of my leopard's head. At this point, I also added my eye pin as well. Now is the fun part where I get to add the decorations. So for this frozen yogurt design, I wanted it just to be plain vanilla and then have a bunch of fruit on it. So pretty much I added some fruit to the yogurt on top of his head, as well as some all around the rim of the bowl. After baking, I took my acrylic paint and I added on the leopard pattern to make him actually look like what he is. So here is what my finished leopard frozen yogurt looks like. I'm really happy with this one. I think it's probably my favorite one from this video. He just looks really cute popping out of his frozen yogurt, and of course his little tongue is very sweet as well. I do think he does look very similar to the leopard fruit tart that I made in my previous number generator video, but of course they do have different features, so I'm not overly fussed. So that is everything that I have for this video. I really hope you enjoyed this little challenge. I do have lots of other number generator challenge videos on my YouTube channel if you are interested in watching them as well, and if you enjoyed this one. If you did enjoy this video, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel for lots more crafty videos, and I will see you next time. Bye guys!